Okay. So this says to use rational exponents to represent the following values. What we're looking for is some number, probably should use a pen instead of eraser, some number raised to some other number. This would be the rational exponent. So these can be fractions, but can't be like pi or something. You can't do 8 to the pi. So we want to write this as a rational exponent, 65,536. Um, there's several different approaches you could take to this. There's one using logs, which is really helpful actually. But let's do this. Let's take 65,536 and divide it by 2. And if we divide that by 2, if we keep doing that for a while, we will eventually get down to where we're just at 2. We could do some bigger numbers. Probably, though, anytime, I don't know what to tell you is a good approach for this. So the best way to do this is to use logarithms, which you don't go over until Algebra 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the 65,536 and we're actually going to write it as a power of 2. So let's just kind of see if we can estimate. So 65,536, let's try, 2 to the 10th power. See what 2 to the 10th power is. Put 2 to the 10th power into your calculator, and that will come out as 1,024. Okay, so 1,024. That's too low, right? Too low. So I'm going to jump up all the way to 2 to the 20th power. And I'm going to kind of jump back and forth until I can find. There are other ways to do this, and I don't know that you have to worry about this too much. I don't think there's anything on the final for this anyway. 1048576, way too high. So I'm going to jump down 10 and try 2 to the 15th. That is 2 to the 15th, 32,768. Okay, that's too low, but I might notice that this is about half of 65,536. So if I double this, which means I would raise it to the 16th power, then that should be, 2 to the 16th is 65,536. Okay, so we're using a guess and check method because you haven't learned yet how to use the other method, which is a little bit more intense. Okay, so 2 to the 16th, so we could rewrite 65,536 as 2 to the 16th power. Most of these, especially if they're even numbers that you've heard a lot, like 256, probably a power of 2. Right about here, 2 to the 10th was 1,024. And I'm betting if we go down, let's try 2 to the 8th power. No, let's try 2 to the 6th power. So 2 to the 6th power. Okay, so we're going to divide go to 2 to the 6th power. That's 64. That's too low. Let's do 2 to the 8th power. 2 to the 8th power is 256. So this one would be 2 to the 8th power. I don't know. I'm trying to think of other things, other hints that I could give you for this. 256 actually goes into 65,536. It's actually 256 squared is 65,536. I guess you could always try the square root. That's not always going to work though, because the square root of 256. Well, you could try the square roots. That would work. That's a good way, because the square root of 256 is 2 to the 4th, which is 16. Anyway, they're even numbers. Try powers of 2. Kind of guess and check to get there. If you have any problems, you have to do this. But that's for the knowledge level or for the things that you guys know, that's probably the best way to do it is just to guess and check and estimate that way. Okay, that's it for this video.